Hi, welcome to Maggie Chats Books. Today I'm going to do my weekly wrap-up. This week I finished 2 books. The first book I finished was Claire in the Sea Light by Edwidge Danticat, and she is a Haitian author. It is a book that we read for our Read Around the World book club where we read female authors from countries that their works have been translated into English. And this book is called Claire in the Sea Light, which made me think we were going to hear a lot about this young girl. She's approximately 7 years old, and she lives in a very poor part of Haiti, pretty much in the slums. Her father is a fisherman. Her mother had died at her birth. And you do get some background on Claire, but what you get mostly is a background of all the people that live in this village. All the characters are introduced with their own story and a little bit of their backstory. You get some of the very rich people, some of the very poor people. Sometimes their lives intersect, sometimes they don't, but toward the end you see how sort of a connection. I love the characterization in this book. I thought she did a great job of building characters, building backstories. There was one character that I felt like I needed more information on because he committed a very violent act, and the motivation to me wasn't obvious and it wasn't explained. But other than that, I really felt like you understood where these people were coming from and really the differences in that whole class system. You do eventually get back around to Claire and you understand more about Claire to a point. But I don't think this book was intended to have any endings or any pat stories. I think it was really to explore this world and kind of come up with some of your own answers to why people lived the way they did and what they had to deal with. The only problem I had other than that one character was the ending. It just seemed to be so abrupt. I felt like somebody just said, okay, we're going to cut this last chapter off, and you were left with wanting more, I guess I should say. I don't need a pat, lovely ending to a story, but I felt like we were left with too many things unanswered and nothing to say, okay, we're going to leave you here, and then you go on to figure it out for yourself. So I gave that book a 3.5 stars. I thought it was very well written. I really enjoyed it. It is a quick read, and I would recommend that you read it if you're like me, especially and haven't read anything about Haiti. I think this was a really good introduction to Haiti. And the next book that I finished was Martha Wells's All Citizens Read, The Murder Bot Diaries. This is a first in a series. It is very, very short. It's like 149 pages, 150 pages. It was really good. I completely enjoyed this book. You hear the story from an android who is part machine, part organic, and he is sent to a planet to guard a team of scientists. The team of scientists are also very well done in that they're not all science, science, science. They have human emotions, and I think they're more multi-dimensional than I've seen in a lot of science fiction novels where you hear about scientists. The android is also very multi-dimensional. You don't get the robot type thoughts that you get in a lot of science fiction novels. This book could stand on its own, but it is the first in the series, and the next one comes out in sometime this year. I'll put it down below when I look it up. But I really recommend this one. It's a good series to get involved in, I think, and I'm looking forward to future volumes and looking to see what else Martha Wells has written because I really, really enjoyed this book. I'm currently reading 2 books, and the first one is an audiobook I'm listening to. It's Jeff Vandermeer's Bourne, and this story has been really engrossing. I'm probably around a third to half a way through. There is a very strong female character. She lives with her boyfriend in a post-apocalyptic type world where the company has pretty much destroyed all towns and created almost toxic waste towns, rivers, everything's polluted. And in this, things are developing out of this toxic waste. Children are born looking different with different kind of eyes, different limbs or no limbs. Other organisms are creating, and one of those being created, and one of those is Bourne. And she, the female character, finds Bourne and almost becomes a mother to this other creature. And Bourne develops very quickly, and it is just really, really good. I'm totally enjoying this book, and the narrator, who I will put her name below because I can't think of it right now, is really awesome. She really can tell a story well, giving voices and things like that. So I think that will be a good book, and I'll talk about that one next week. The other book I'm reading finally is Autonomous by Annalee Newitz, and this is a library book I checked out probably in January. I've renewed it a couple times. It is also about robots becoming more human and working with humans and figuring out that humans aren't as smart as they think they are. I'm not very far into this book. I started it a while ago, put it aside, and now I'm going to start from the beginning again, but I'm probably only 20 pages into this one. And so far it sounds pretty good. So that's all for this week. I'm kind of slow reading in first part of March, but other things are going on, so I am planning on taking a trip next week, so I hope to be reading a little bit more. That is all for now. I will talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.